Okay, machines and levers. Let's look at the first question. Okay. No. Which of the following explains how high tides and low tides occur? What tides? So which one explains how high tides and low tides occur? So has each of you read one statement out for us, just to practice, just to engage you. Straight away so far, Sherman gives answer already. But let's have each of you read one statement for us. Since you have 4 of you, each one read one statement. So A, Junde, can I read A for us?
Gravity of Earth acting on the water in the oceans.
Okay, that's A. How about B? Jocelyn?
Magnetism of Earth acting on the water in the oceans.
Magnetism of Earth. Okay, how about C? Ezekiel? Ezekiel, are you there?
Gravity of the moon acting on the water and the oceans.
Okay, last one, D.
Magnetism of the moon acting on the water in the ocean.
So we have A, B, C, and D. So which one is the correct one? 4 options here. Is it gravity of the Earth, magnetism of the Earth, gravity of the moon, or magnetism of the moon? So which one is confirmed wrong? Confirmed wrong.
Magnetism.
Magnetism, correct. For magnetism is confirmed wrong because magnetism don't affect tides at all. When I deal with tides, right? Okay, we don't deal with magnetism. Magnetism don't affect the tides. It is gravity that affects the tides. Gravity, okay? So now only deal with either gravity of Earth or gravity of Moon. When it's due to a high tide or low tide, it is actually the gravity of the Moon that matters. The Moon is always the Moon. Okay? The gravity of the Earth does affect also, but in this case, the answer here is gravity of the Moon, C. Gravity of the Moon acting on the water in the oceans. So answer is C. Gravity of the Moon. Can you type in C in the chat box? Type in C. Like this. Everybody type in C. C, 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 C. How about Jocelyn, Ezekiel, Sherman? Can you type in C? Ezekiel? Okay. Jocelyn? Can you type in C in the chat box? It's just for engagement. Yeah, right. I'll ask you to do these simple steps, right? To make sure that you are engaged and you are listening. Okay, now let's move on to question 2. Question 2. Okay, 2. When an aeroplane flies in the sky, which of the following is not experienced by it? Is it referring to the aeroplane? Is it referring to the aeroplane? Not. The word is not. Every time you see the word not, you need to circle. Because not can change the meaning of the whole question. The word not, the word only. These are keywords. But not, word only. So which of the following is not experienced by it? Not. So A, we have air resistance, correct? If air resistance. Air resistance, we have A. We have B, gravitational force from the Earth. That's B. Gravitational force from the Earth. We have C, normal reaction from the ground. And we have D, propelling force from the jet engine. So we have 4 options here. Which one is the correct answer? First one is air resistance. Air resistance. So does aeroplane experience air resistance? It does, huh? Yes, air resistance. Okay, the airflow flow over it, you can have air resistance. So gravitational force from the earth, does it experience it? It does also. So aeroplane flies in the sky, it experiences gravitational force. Normal reaction from the ground. In fact, what is normal reaction? That's reaction from the ground. Reaction from the ground affecting the aeroplane in the sky. This one is in the sky. This one is from the ground. Does it affect? Does aeroplane in the sky and from the ground, does it affect each other? Propelling force from a jet engine. So does it affect the plane flying in the sky? Okay, each of you, can you type in your answer for this question? Type in your answer in the chat box. What is your answer? Okay, Chunda says it's C. How about the rest? Sherman says C. Justin says C. How about Ezekiel? Ezekiel says C also. Okay, so it's correct. C is correct. Normal reaction from the ground. Okay? It's not a force experienced by it. It's not. So C is the correct answer. C. Okay? C is the correct answer. Okay, now let's look at the next question. Clear my drawings. Next question. Okay, which statement about friction is true? Okay, let's have each of you speak up again. I'd like to hear your voices. Okay, each of you read one statement. Okay, we have Chunda. A.
It causes energy conversions to heat.
Conversion, correct? Energy conversion to heat. Okay. B, Jocelyn.
A stationary object is free from friction.
Stationary object free from friction. Okay. C, Ezekiel.
It only happens when an object moves.
It only happens when an object moves. It only happens. Is it true? Okay. D, Sherman.
It's always act in the same direction as the motion of an object.
Okay. So let's go one by one and see if it's true. It causes energy conversion to heat. Friction can convert to heat. Can cause energy to convert to heat. Is it true? This one is actually true. T. Stationary object is free from friction. Is it true? Free from friction. In fact, the word free from friction sounds very sweeping. Free from friction. That's actually, free from friction is actually false. Okay, a stationary object can still experience friction. Okay, before it even moves, you can have friction stopping the object from moving. Okay, a friction can stop an object from moving. So an object that is stationary is not free from friction. Only happens when the object moves. Is it true? It's false also. Okay. A stationary object can experience friction as well. Okay. If you push your hands, right? You're rubbing your hands towards each other. Just before it rub over the other, you experience a force. Okay. So there's already friction experience at the surface, even before there's movement. It always acts in the same direction of the motion of an object. So for friction, it acts not in the same direction, but in the opposite, correct? Friction acts in the opposite direction. So instead of same, friction acts in the opposite direction. Opposite. Okay? Acts in the opposite direction as the motion of an object. Opposite. So this one is also false. So the odd one out here is A, correct? A. It causes energy conversion to heat. So that one is true statement. A. Okay, can you type in A in the chat box? Type in A. A. Okay, one person is missing. Okay, all type in A, good. Okay, all are listening, very good. Okay, let me clear my drawings. Let's move on. Question 3. So this one is question 3 or 4. Question 3 is over already. That's question 4. Which of the following can still take place successfully if friction is absent? If, there's a big if here. Friction is absent. Which one still can take place? Okay, let's read the options again. Junle,
Bouncing a ball.
bouncing a ball. Jocelyn,
Leaning against the wall without slipping.
Okay, C. Ezekiel. Ezekiel, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, C. Read C for us. Ezekiel, can you read C for us? Statement C.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear.
Okay. Lighting a matchstick by striking.
Okay, how about D, Sherman?
Stopping a moving car.
So you have A, B, C, and D. Which one can take place successfully if friction is absent? Okay, can you type in your answer in the chat box? What do you think is the answer for this question? Bouncing a ball, leaning against a wall without slipping, lighting a matchstick by striking, stopping a moving car. Okay, Sherman says it's B, leaning against a wall without slipping. How about Ezekiel? What do you think is the answer?
Yeah, I typed it already.
Ezekiel, okay, Ezekiel type A, correct. Bouncing a ball. Yeah, I saw Ezekiel's answer A. About Jocelyn, what do you think is the answer? Jocelyn thinks it's A also, bouncing a ball. So we can take place as if friction is absent. So things that need friction is B. Leaning against a wall, you need friction. Okay, without slipping. The friction will prevent the slipping from happening. So leaning against a wall, you need friction. So this one is true. Lighting a match stick by striking, this one also need friction. Then it can create a spark.